is Milos Vukanovic. I come from Montenegro. I'm a historian, but for the last 8 years I have been working at the National Museum of Montenegro as a curator for 20th century. And in the last year I've been appointed deputy to the general director of the International Museum.
And can you tell me why you think history is so important to you that you're willing to work through evenings and weekends for years after years to improve it?
Well, first I always, of course, first history was interesting because it is interesting. It's the most beautiful story that anyone can write. None other or fictional or fantasy can write stories that history wrote them. But then eventually became knowing about experience, then it became knowing about knowledge. Every day when you read something about history, being on a certain movement of the Mongol tribes in Central Asia, or the transfer, or the, I don't know, establishing of station in Midwest America, is just a beautiful story of human progress in every certain way. And I really still do believe that the points in which we should be taking personally, socially, nationally, and globally can be found in our steps which were found before in the centuries which have passed.
And why do you think, why have you spent a lot of your own time in developing common approaches in this region?
Well, the same thing, if I can just return to the thing I was talking to you about, history can show us a way, but also it can lead us to brick walls, to sideways, to go off a cliff. And unfortunately, year after year, decade after decade, century after century, history in our regions has most of the time put us in the wrong direction. Because history wasn't used to say us, okay, these were our mistakes, here we should go. History was used to fill in certain holes which history made, but those holes, so I don't know if that make much sense. Centuries in the Balkans, being the border region between two civilizations, has made countries fall back in certain aspects. And people feel frustrated, historically frustrated, because they're not developed or rich or capable. But instead of showing, okay, these were the mistakes, let's do it like this now, they're reinventing history to filling their national holes or their identical holes, and that's has time after time proven a bad thing.
So working on that in the last 10 years or so, maybe more, with EURCLIO and with your association, is there anything specific you feel very proud of?
Yeah. For instance, I can say that because working with EURCLIO, the only professional education organization in my country was formed with the partnership of EURCLIO, that being the Association of History Educators of Montenegro. So none other professional organization, the educators on language or math or science, even if we can say that their professions can be lucrative or can acquire certain more funds for operation, did establish what we did and had influence, at least a certain influence in reshaping of curricula or teaching material.
So then on the opposite side, what do you think is there any specific moment that was very difficult or a big obstacle?
Well, because currently like I told you, I'm departing and searching for some new things to do in life. It was the moment to see that things are changing, and we were in the like a flagship of change in education in our countries. But we haven't changed in the last, since 2003, I have been active 2011. And after 2014 and after finishing of HTC, I think all of our organization needed to change. And this is a cliche, which inclusion of young people. I don't mean it, but with the entrance of the new younger blood, new voluntary younger blood, just for we can maybe find another way to approach, because we've been doing something since 2003 until 2014. It's been good, but we can't do it for the next 10 years, 20 years, but I really believe that we need some. This our work had effect, but I really think that we need certain new approaches with certain new blood for that effect to have a more significant impact or to do something new, because times are changing. We cannot do constantly the same things.
Now, one of the reasons that this work is going on and has been going on is funding, and funding usually has been coming from the European Union or other European countries, maybe the United States. Has this, and now there's this project with Western Balkans Fund that is trying another approach. How do you reflect on that?
On funding.
Yeah.
Well, I reflect on funding as I reflect on our capability to function alone. So our organization, Hipmont, the Association of Educators Montenegro, is one of the youngest in the region. But the constant saying is that there are no funds, that we cannot. That's why we cannot function alone. That's not actually true. If you just input, or members of the association input maybe 5 hours a week, they can find funds, not just from government, for intergovernmental organizations, from local communities, from local companies. Things can be found. Like everything you do in your life, maybe even at a certain point do some things voluntarily, do some propaganda, do some activism, then eventually funds will find you. So I just believe it's that the EURCLIO umbrella in the region was good in establishment and in nourishing the people, but it's like these organizations turned 18, and like people in the Balkans still at the age 18, they didn't go looking for their jobs or their private life. They stayed with their parents to live at their home.
So, final question: history, curse or a blessing in this region?
Both.
No extra answer. Okay, thank you.